Good morning. Listen, are you living in an apartment currently and looking to upgrade your living condition, mate? Trying to get you that first time home rental, townhome rental, or maybe you even looking to buy your first home and you want to know the differences between living in an apartment, living in a home, and what to expect. If so, you found the right video. Who am I? I'm Kareem Lewis, your trusted Houston realtor, the one that always keeps it real with you, aka Sergeant Sales. And I'm back again, hot topic as always, based on a conversation from one of my clients. So before I go ahead and make sure you like, subscribe, share, follow, help me, help you, help us. All right. So, like I said, I was talking to a client, right? And it was one of my clients, that successful client that just rented, her first time rental home. And we was just going over a couple of questions as far as responsibilities, things like that. And as always, when I have my conversations, I say, man, it might be somebody else that might find themselves in the same scenario. They might not want to know the same thing. So listen, if you always lived in an apartment, you got a lot of people, maybe this might be your first time leaving your parents' home, maybe you just graduating from college, or maybe you just been in an apartment. I've met some adults that all their life they've been in an apartment and now they want to go into a home. There are differences when you rent, even when you buy, versus being in an apartment. So I say, you know what, let me make a video about it. So the key differences when you're in an apartment, the cool thing about being in an apartment, it's like no stress and just forget type of environment where, if it's snow outside, you don't have to shovel snow. If it's trash outside, they got maintenance men. If the alarm goes cheep, 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 you can go ahead and call up the maintenance people. They come through and they take care of it. You know what I mean? Or, you in the pool in summertime, somebody have you know what I'm saying? Again, the maintenance people is the one that take care of it. Usually with your filters and everything else, it's usually a easy setup, or if it's something where you got to climb up, stuff like that, again, it's something that the apartment people take care of. Now, when you move into a rental home or even purchase a home, it's a big difference. An apartment is going to always come with refrigerators. They're going to have a stove. Some of the nicer ones, they're going to have dishwashers, microwaves. And you're usually going to have some type of washer and dryer, right? It's going to be separate, right? It's going to be a combo, the stackables, whatever. Usually this is what you're going to have. Now, with rental homes, right? Every rental home does not have to come with an apartment. I even seen some rental homes, especially a lot of these new build homes that they rent out. They won't have anything, where the renter has to provide the stove, the refrigerator, the microwave, everything, right? And it can happen. Likewise, when you're talking about the care of the home. For example, remember I just talked about grass, right? In any home, you down here in the Houston area, you're gonna have grass and a lawn care to take care of, right? Where the apartment complex, they got that. When you rent a home, guess what? You got to take care of it. You got to make sure you water the grass. You got to make sure the grass is cut. Otherwise, the HOA, they're going to send a bill to your landlord. The landlord going to send it right back to you. So these are things that you got to take care of. Likewise, changing filters, right? A lot of people don't realize with a home, you need to change out the filters every 3 months, especially when you have, if you got somebody that got asthma or a lot of allergies, things like that. These are the things that you need to do to keep the air quality going good. Likewise, if you don't change it, it'll tear up that AC, which if a repair ticket is placed in and the tech come out and say, hey man, the reason why the AC went down is because these filters didn't get changed. Guess what? That's on you. Now, when it comes to maintenance, anything that's wear and tear, right, or natural causes, that's on the landlord. I.e., you in the house and next thing you know, water dripping on your head. Guess what? That's fair wear and tear. If it's coming from the roof, a windstorm came and put a hole somewhere, something like that, guess what? That's fair wear and tear. That's on the landlord. You might have to pay a trip charge, but that's on the landlord, or the AC went out and they come out, like I said, they see that, is wear and tear. It was old, the compressor went out, something like that. That's on the landlord. Now, if it's a situation where it was caused by you, again, you got kids, kids like to play in their imaginary land, you know what I'm saying, G.I. Joes or Baby Shark, do, and they throw Baby Shark down that toilet drain and flush it, and it's stuck up. Guess what? That's you. You know what I'm saying? Or, a popular song that I bet the neighbors know my name. Yeah, the neighbors might know your name, but if you scratched up the floor or broke a hole in the wall, guess what? The landlord gonna know your name and he gonna know you gonna pay that bill. So now that's on you because you caused that. So these are the differences. Sometimes people don't realize when you rent going from an apartment, going into a home, the things that you got to cover, nothing too major, but it can be major. And that's why you want to make sure anytime you rent, whether it's an apartment or a home, you need to make sure you have rental insurance to cover these things. Usually most landlords are going to ask you to have it anyway, but as a peace of mind, you always want to make sure you have renter's insurance, just in case somebody steals, fire, whatever, so that this way it can replace some of the things that's going on in your home. So again, just a little quickie video, tell you a little something. So again, till the next time, this is Kareem Lewis signing out. God bless. And if you're looking for a new rental apartment, house, whatever, you already know I am the rental king around here in Texas, Houston, Texas. You better hit me up, 346-589-8925, 346-589-8925. Hit me up, call me, and let me get you into that next rental home or townhome. Peace.